You are exhausted, not just physically tired, but deeply energetically drained. You are carrying the heavy weight of conversations you cannot change, demands you did not ask for, and a silent, suffocating anxiety about a tomorrow that hasn't even arrived. Society has convinced you that if you just worry enough tonight, if you overthink every possible scenario in the dark, you are somehow in control of your future. That is a lie. Wrestling with your thoughts will never bring you wealth or stability. It only leaks your vital life force. The profound truth is this: the universe does not reward your daytime hustle. It responds entirely to your nighttime frequency. You do not attract what you fiercely chase. You attract the exact state in which you rest. Take a deep, slow breath right now. Drop your shoulders. I invite you to leave the frantic chaos of the world at the door. If you are ready to stop fighting and start flowing, subscribe to this channel and join our sanctuary of peace. Then go to the comments right now and type the word peace to physically anchor your intention. Tonight we reprogram your reality. Listen closely. You lay your head on the pillow, craving a release. The world outside has finally gone quiet, and the clock tells you the day is done. But inside you, the gears are still violently grinding. Take a breath. Feel the tension right now. Notice that tight, heavy knot at the base of your neck. You are lying in a soft, safe bed, yet your muscles are rigid, bracing for an impact that never actually comes. The cold, residual blue light of the screen you just locked is still burned into your retinas. Your heart is beating just a fraction too fast for someone who is supposed to be entering a sanctuary of rest, isn't it? You have been conditioned by a restless, demanding world to believe that sleep is merely a mechanical switch, a simple button you press when the tasks are done. But rest is not a switch. It is a profound transition of consciousness, and the physical body cannot surrender to peace when the energetic body is still running a marathon of survival. You close your eyes, seeking the void, but instead your mind treats the darkness as a blank canvas to project all your unresolved fragments. You replay the conversations you had hours ago, the slight, almost imperceptible changes in someone's tone. Did I say too much? Did they misunderstand me? You swallow hard in the dark, the shadow of unread emails and unfulfilled expectations looming over you. Then comes the silent, suffocating dread of tomorrow's obligations, the deadlines, the financial pressures, the heavy anchor of simply keeping up with this modern hustle. Notice your breathing in these late-night moments. Notice how shallow it becomes. It barely reaches your chest, trapped nervously in your throat. Your jaw is secretly clenched, locking in the unspoken stress of the day. You toss and turn, and even the simple friction of the sheets against your skin feels hot, restless, and deeply uncomfortable. You are physically lying down, but vibrationally you are sprinting. Why do you do this to yourself? It is not your fault. You are operating under a deeply ingrained ancestral illusion. An untrained mind naturally confuses worry with resolution. Your ego, desperately trying to protect you, whispers a very convincing lie. It tells you that if you suffer enough about the problem tonight, if you obsess over every possible negative outcome, you are somehow controlling the future. It tricks you into believing that anxiety is a form of preparation, but it is not a shield. It is a thief. It is draining the exact vital energy you need to manifest the peace and prosperity you actually desire. And then the false silence sets in. Eventually, the neighborhood sleeps. The house settles. There are no bosses demanding your time, no digital notifications vibrating, no rush hour traffic to navigate. The room is completely still, but the silence inside your head is deafening. Outside, there is only the gentle, rhythmic hum of the night. But inside your mind, it is a chaotic, crowded room of 1,000 overlapping voices, judging the past, fearing the future, clinging desperately to the need to fix everything right now. You can feel so incredibly isolated in that moment, terribly alone, trapped inside the noise of your own mind, wondering why everyone else seems to be able to just let go. But I want you to listen to me very carefully. True silence is not the absence of noise around you. It never was. True silence is the absence of resistance within you. Where there is resistance, there can be no harmony. And right now, you are resisting the present moment with every fiber of your being. You are deeply exhausted, my friend, not just from the work you did today, but because you are fighting a current that does not even exist. You are carrying the weight of a world that was never yours to hold. You think you are just losing sleep. But what if I told you that in this exact state, in the vulnerable threshold between waking and dreaming, you are actively programming your reality? What if the very act of trying to control tomorrow in the dark, is exactly what guarantees you will wake up to the same exhausting reality you are trying to escape. You eventually fall asleep, of course. The sheer biological exhaustion always wins in the end, but let us be completely honest with each other. You do not actually enter deep, restorative rest, do you? You do not surrender to the night, you collapse into it. You pass out while still remaining in a state of high alert. Your body is horizontal, but your nervous system is standing guard. And the inevitable result is that you wake up feeling utterly crushed, as if you worked an entire shift in the dark. Recall that exact feeling when the alarm shatters the morning silence. Feel the heavy, pulling gravity in your limbs as you try to sit up. Notice the dry, stinging burn behind your eyes, that thick, impenetrable brain fog, and the bizarre, lingering sensation that you have just run a relentless marathon while lying perfectly still. This happens because sleep is not merely a biological necessity, it is a profound state of spiritual absorption. When you drift into the dream state, clutching the harsh vibration of your daily battles, you are not healing. You are spending the next 8 hours soaking your subconscious mind in the heavy chemistry of stress and the dense energy of conflict. While you sleep, you are actively leaking your vital life force into the void, and so you wake up frustrated. You look at your life and you wonder why things feel so stagnant. Why the obstacles seem immovable, no matter how hard you push against them. You try so hard during your waking hours. You listen to positive teachings. You attempt to speak affirmations of abundance. You force yourself to smile through the relentless pressure of your responsibilities. Yet the prosperity, the relief, and the deep peace you seek remain stubbornly out of reach. You know the physical sensation of this block. It is the bitter, metallic taste of morning disappointment. It is the familiar heavy weight of stagnation sitting right in the center of your chest. It is the profound soul exhaustion of constantly trying to force your life to work out. But here is the ancient truth you must gently remember. The universe does not listen to your daytime words nearly as much as it feels your nighttime vibrational signature. Your subconscious mind is a powerful, uncompromising magnet, and it attracts precisely what it spends the night conversing with. If you fall asleep holding on to the vibration of fear, you are silently asking the quantum field for more scarcity. If you fall asleep clinging to resentment or anxiety, you are setting the coordinates for more conflict. You are unintentionally locking yourself in an energetic loop of your own pain. The night is no longer a sanctuary. It becomes a mirror, reflecting and multiplying the very reality you are so desperately trying to escape. But there is a breaking point, a sacred threshold where the illusion finally cracks. It arrives when the exhaustion becomes so absolute, so overwhelmingly heavy, that you simply do not have the strength to fight anymore. You cannot battle your own insomnia. You cannot obsess over tomorrow's problems. You finally drop the illusion of control. Have you ever felt that precise moment? A long, deep, involuntary sigh suddenly escapes your lips. Your hands, which have been secretly clenched into tight fists, desperately clutching the bedsheets, finally open. They fall soft and limp at your sides. Your physical body gives up the fight. I ask you to not fear this surrender. Welcome it. Lean into it. Because true energetic alchemy begins the very second your resistance ceases. Real power, the kind of quiet magnetic power that bends reality and draws miracles to your doorstep, does not lie in frantically swimming against the chaotic current of the modern world. It lies in having the profound courage to simply let go of the riverbank. What if I told you that in this exact moment of surrender, you hold the key to a forgotten gateway? What if there was a way to intentionally capture this letting go, a simple physical ritual to wash away the static of the day before you close your eyes? I want you to place a simple glass of fresh water on your nightstand. Do not look at it merely as something to quench your physical thirst. Tonight, it becomes something much more profound. It becomes your anchor, a focal point to bridge the heavy physical world and the quiet, weightless realm of your spirit. Reach out, just in your mind's eye if you must, and feel the cold condensation touching the tips of your fingers. Look at the absolute glassy quietude of the water resting under the dim light of your room. It is perfectly still. Ancient wisdom has always known what modern science is only just beginning to understand. Water holds memory. It carries frequency. In its natural state, when left completely undisturbed, water is pure, flawless clarity. And in this moment, that small glass resting beside your bed is a mirror. It is reflecting the original, undisturbed nature of your very own soul. You see, you have been taught a deeply frustrating lie about peace and rest. You have been told that to find tranquility, you must forcefully empty your mind. You try to block the intrusive thoughts, push away the anxieties, and wrestle your exhausted brain into submission. But fighting your thoughts is like violently shaking a glass of muddy water, angrily demanding that it become clear. The more you fight the chaos, the cloudier it gets. Instead, I want you to try something gentler, something infinitely more powerful. Breathe in and visualize your loud thoughts, your lingering worries, and your endless to-do lists as nothing more than tiny grains of sand suspended in that water. You do not need to violently destroy your problems tonight. You do not need to aggressively silence your fears. You simply need to stop agitating them. Feel your chest expanding softly, smoothly. Feel the temperature of your body naturally regulating, wrapping you in a comforting, subtle warmth. Just watch the water. See the particles of stress slowly, inevitably falling to the bottom. Let the mental dust settle on its own. When you stop stirring the glass, clarity does not need to be forced. It simply emerges as the natural state of being. And when you finally allow this gentle decantation to happen, your entire relationship with the night transforms. You will begin to see sleep not as lost productivity, nor as a mere biological necessity to survive tomorrow's grind. You will recognize it for what it truly is, your daily sacred journey back home, back to the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Notice the tiny muscles around your eyes right now. Feel them unclenching, smoothing out, finally releasing the tight, anxious grip they have held all day long. Notice the sensation in your physical body. You are no longer sinking heavily into the mattress under the crushing weight of your worldly responsibilities. Instead, you feel as though you are floating just slightly above it. Suspended, held, and sustained by a quiet, invisible force that has always been there, waiting for you to simply lean back into it. Sleep is the little death of your daytime ego. It is the sacred moment you hand the heavy reins over to something vastly larger than your conscious mind. When you cross this threshold, not with the frantic energy of survival, but with the clear, settled frequency of pure presence, you are doing so much more than resting your tired bones. You are bathing your consciousness in the very source of creation. You are realigning your energetic signature to effortlessly match the frequency of abundance, healing, and peace. But to cross that threshold cleanly, you must leave the heavy baggage of the day at the door. You cannot take the static with you into the sacred space. You need a final, deliberate act of release to sever the invisible cords tying you to the chaos. There is a sequence of words, a specific vibration you must cast into the room before you close your eyes. Are you ready to learn the code that will set you free? The fragile, beautiful threshold between the waking world and the vast quantum deep. Your brainwaves are slowing down, shifting effortlessly into that hypnotic, receptive state. The veil is incredibly thin right now. The doorway to your subconscious is wide open. This is the exact moment. This is where you reclaim your power. Before you surrender entirely to the night, I want you to break the heavy cycle of the day. I want you to give your mind a new command, a protective shield woven from pure frequency. In the quiet penumbra of your room, I want you to let your vocal cords gently vibrate. You do not need to shout. A whisper is enough to move the energy of the cosmos. Speak these ancient, liberating words softly into the dark. I return to the world what belongs to the world. I rest in what is eternal. Say it again, slowly, and feel the profound weight of what you are declaring. I return to the world what belongs to the world. I rest in what is eternal. Feel the calming vibration of your own voice, rippling through the stillness of your chest, moving outward and gently dissolving into the peace of the room. Words spoken aloud at this exact threshold are not just syllables. They are profound codes of programming. They are the software you are consciously installing into your deep mind. With this single phrase, you instantly cut the invisible, draining energetic cords tying you to the chaos of the modern hustle. The emails, the debts, the judgments of others, they are not yours to hold tonight. You hand them back. You firmly and lovingly claim your spiritual sovereignty. Now, to seal this intention, reach out and take the glass of water. Every piece of profound spiritual knowledge requires a physical anchor to manifest into this dense reality. The intention must become a tangible action. Take a long, deliberate sip. Feel the cool, crisp water gliding smoothly down your throat. Notice how it literally extinguishes the lingering, dry fire of stress that has been burning inside you all day. Imagine it as a profound internal washing. As the water travels through you, it is purifying the toxins of fear and anxiety accumulated in your physical body. It is flushing out the stagnation of the afternoon. By drinking this water with absolute intention, you are internalizing its natural properties, you are absorbing its fluidity, you are claiming its perfect, flawless purity at a deep cellular level. The ritual is complete. The physical contract of absolute rest has been signed and sealed. Place the glass gently back on the nightstand. Now, close your eyes for the final time tonight. There are no more battles left to fight. There is nothing left to figure out. The heavy armor you have been wearing all day has been completely stripped away. Welcome the darkness behind your closed eyelids. Notice how it is no longer a chaotic screen for your anxieties, but a soft, welcoming, velvety blanket. It is wrapping around you, keeping you entirely safe. Listen to the rhythm of your own breathing. It is no longer shallow or trapped in your throat. It is a slow, deep, oceanic rhythm, moving perfectly in sync with the vast, quiet pulse of the night itself, in and out, ebbing and flowing. In this state of total, unapologetic surrender, a magnificent shift occurs. You are no longer a victim of the modern world's relentless demands. You have transformed. You have become a pure, clear magnet for abundance. Because you are stepping into the quantum field holding the high frequency of peace, the universe immediately recognizes your vibration. And while your physical body sleeps, the universe goes to work on your behalf. It begins to align the right circumstances, the right people, and the right solutions for the day that awaits you. Tomorrow will be handled beautifully by the revitalized magnetic version of who you truly are. You do not have to force anything anymore. You are entirely supported. You are profoundly protected. You are healed. You are in the flow. Sleep now.